The winner of today's huge flex fluffy cat is Green Chameleon. Thank you for commenting and watching all of the videos. And if you guys watching today's episode want a chance at a free huge pet, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment down below with your Roblox name. King Killer, enjoy the huge night beagle. We're gonna be revealing how to hatch 2 times the amount of eggs, up to 206 eggs at once. Let's get right into it. What's up, guys? My name is Dfield, and welcome back to another episode of Pet Simulator 99 here on Roblox. We're back on update Saturday. It has been 24 hours since the Evil versus Good expansion event here on Pet Sim, and as you guys can see, the chest raid door is now open behind us. We'll be talking about all of the brand new additions to this update, as well as teaching you guys how to hatch 2 times the amount of eggs possible in the game right now without any hacks. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of a smaller update this past Saturday, and I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting a little bit more, but honestly, Big Games did a pretty good job. We've got a really interesting raid rooms completed leaderboard that you guys can see right here. Now, personally, I won't be attending this actual event because I don't think it's really worth your time, especially if you guys are doing it for 10 minutes every 2 hours. So I really feel like the best chance of getting these huges are by hatching it from these side eggs. But if you guys are hatching and you're a little bit bored of the AFK hatch sort of grind, I definitely would recommend trying out the chest raid. It is very similar to the old treasure hideout chest raid that we had a couple of updates ago, and they basically just re-added it to the good versus evil world, and you're only allowed to use 15 pets in it. So there are still some players who are able to reach about 150 plus rooms in each run. It's kind of freaking crazy to think about, man. Let's go ahead and teach you guys how to hatch 2 times the amount of eggs in this actual game right now. You guys can see that on the evil team, I'm actually ranked number 735 in the world. Over the past week, we've been AFK hatching in order to increase this number, as you guys all know. And I was kind of wondering, how do some of these players in the top spots, literally number 1 has 239 million, almost 3 times the amount of points that I do, and the boss clan and everybody else was basically trying to figure out the way that all of these guys were, you know, hatching a little bit faster than usual. And after a couple of days of testing, we finally found the method that all of the top clans are using. I can almost guarantee that the free clan, soup clan, the second boss clan, and everybody else in the top 10 is using some form of this double hatching technique. Let's go ahead and teach it to you guys today. I hope you guys do enjoy. If you guys learned something new, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be checking out the brand new diamond chest enchant later this week in an upcoming episode, so don't forget to subscribe. The reason you guys clicked on today's video, let's go ahead and show you guys the double hatching method. All right, now for this actual method, you guys are going to need some sort of auto clicker. My preference is OP auto clicker. This is kind of the one that a lot of players do end up using when they play on PC, but there are several different types of auto clickers out there depending on if you guys are playing on a Mac computer or if you're playing on mobile. There are still some applications out there that might help you tap your screen, but in order for the double hatch technique to work, you guys are going to need an auto clicker, number 1, and then number 2, you guys are going to want to be in a solo private server. All right, now the reason why I recommend that you guys be in a solo private server for this actual method is it is very reliant on your ping to a server. And for those of you guys who don't know, you can turn on your performance stats right here, and on the top right of your screen, you guys can see your ping or your connection to the server that you're actually on. And you guys are going to want to aim for a server with less than 100 ping. This will allow you guys to do this method a little bit more easily, and over the long run, if you guys do end up pairing it with a program like Tiny Task, there's definitely some ways to, you know, kind of AFK hatch 24/7 without any problems at all. So here's the method, guys. Now real quick, I would recommend using a mix of Huge Hunter, Shiny Hunter, and Super Shiny Hunter for this method. You You don't really need any of the other luck books or power books in this event area because your pets don't really use them. So you might as well get a little bit of a boost here on the last egg for the active huges, right? Now let's go ahead and start with the tutorial of this actual 2 times hatching method. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys see that there's an E button on the egg right here. And if I click that E button, the buy 103 button does pop up right here, okay? So first things first, you guys are gonna wanna set up your auto hatch, turn on golden eggs, turn on charged eggs, but leave auto hatch off. You guys are going to be utilizing your auto clicker for a majority of this method. You are not gonna be using auto hatch. It's literally all gonna be by clicking this E button that you guys see on the screen, all right? So first things first, all you guys wanna do is position this E on your screen so that it's in the exact same spot as this buy 103 button. So if I X this out and look where the E is, I'm gonna move my screen around. I can zoom in and zoom out as needed. And as long as the E button is basically where this 103 is, kind of like this is perfectly set up for the double hatch method, okay? So once again, take your E button, line it up perfectly with the buy 103. So if I click in one spot with an auto clicker, it's literally just going to repeat this cycle over and over again, just like this with an auto clicker, right? Real quick, let me turn off my performance stats so there's not too much going on your screen. Next step, once you guys have your E button lined up with your buy button, all you guys gotta do is mess around with your auto clicker settings just a little bit. Now, if you guys take a quick look at my auto clicker, you guys can see that I have it set to 1 millisecond. But for those of you guys who are watching this video, okay, the older computer that you have, or maybe if you don't have a really crazy gaming computer, the higher you guys are gonna want to set this delay, okay? There's some of my clan members who have found 65 to be useful, and there's other clan members who do play on laptops that have found about 120 to 130 very usable for them. I personally use one because I am on a pretty powerful gaming computer. You guys are gonna want to mess around and kind of trial and error where to place your auto clicker, because it will take a little bit of time to figure out the sweet spot for your actual setup. For me personally, I'm gonna be using 1 millisecond, and I'll be showing you guys exactly what to do once you have it set up. But all you guys got to do once you guys finally have found the sweet spot, okay? Obviously the buy button is here, the E button is right behind it. Turn on your auto clicker and your character should start to, actually hatch some of these eggs from the egg. Now, you guys might be wondering, how in the world does this method actually get us double the amount of eggs every single time? Pay very close attention. Some of you guys can actually hear it in some of the actual sound effects, but I know the sounds of my pets farming in the background are fairly loud. But if you listen very carefully, when I click that buy 103 button, there is a slight small chance that you guys will hear 2 different prompts in the window, which basically means my auto clicker is clicking the buy button twice, sometimes 3 times in an actual interaction. And you guys might be able to tell if we're able to open 2 of those buy windows at a time without it actually lagging. 2 requests will be sent to the servers, which means that up to 2 times the amount of eggs will be hatched in one cycle. Now, I know on your guys' screen it's very hard to tell. You don't really know what the heck is going on, but after a couple of seconds you might get this error right here. You're doing that too quickly. That literally just means you guys are doing it properly, okay? Now, if you guys are getting this error too frequently, you guys kind of saw I hatched about 10 times there before I got it. This is when you guys will go into your auto clicker, maybe move the number up a little bit to 25 if one wasn't working for you, but basically just use a little bit of trial and error, go higher and higher until you no longer get this message very often, okay? So I told you guys a little bit earlier that tiny task might be used in conjunction with an auto clicker so you guys can kind of auto close these prompts. But once you have it properly set up, the E button is there and the buy button is right above it, you guys will get this weird little animation, and if you get lucky, the server will actually detect that you send 2 requests for hatching an egg. And once you guys get this method down, I guarantee you are hatching 2 times the amount of eggs, at least 200 eggs per hatch cycle. Now, I know some of you guys might be wondering, Mark, how in the heck would I actually tell if this method is working for me? I don't know if my internet is too slow. I don't know if my computer is too fast for this actual method. I'm getting these pop-ups very frequently where something is wrong or something didn't go right, and your first thought is that it's not working. But the one way that you can actually test whether or not your method is working for yourself is use a small box and box up all of the pets that you're actually able to hatch from this egg, and you guys can see it's kind of pretty simple to actually do this. All you got to do is literally grab the first row of pets that you guys have been hatching as of recently. And then once you guys do this, and once you guys box up all your pets, do a little bit of a test session where you kind of hatch once or twice, double check on the amount of pets that end up in your inventory. And obviously, if it's working properly, after one cycle, you guys should have, depending on what your level is, depending on what your mastery is, at least 200 pets in your inventory from this egg in one hatch cycle. Guys, I know this might seem a little bit confusing, but it is very, very simple to set up. You just need an auto clicker. Maneuver your screen around just like this so that the E button is going to be hovering right over the buy button, and literally just profit. This method that I've just showed you guys is basically what all of the top 10 clans are using in order to hatch 2 times as fast. This method is not an exploit. There are some macros out there that might do this a little bit faster, but I guarantee you guys, this right here with the auto clicker is the easiest way to get double the amount of hatches without really doing too much. A quick reminder to you guys watching today's video that macros are allowed here on PS99, but scripts and injectables are not, okay? I don't want to see any of you guys getting banned, but I do hope that you guys do end up using this method in order to hatch 2 times the amount of eggs. Ladies and gentlemen, on the leaderboard right now, we are currently number 735 with this method by the end of 1 week. How low in this leaderboard do you guys think we'll be able to get to? Currently, as we sit, top 100 is 140 million points. I don't think I'll be able to make it to top 100, especially because most of these guys are going to be continually hatching, but I guess this is a really good way to kind of track our progress over the next week. We're going to be starting at number 735 on Friday of this week. We'll see exactly how low we can get to, guys. My goal is to get into the top 500 players of all hatching evil-sided players, okay? So we'll see how far we can get with this hatching method. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to get back to AFKing. This is the #1 method to hatch 2 times the amount of eggs possible on PetSim99 without any huge exploits. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dfield. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. We'll be uploading a video later this week talking about the brand new enchants. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys again later. Peace.